Yo. Welcome back to the J&E Comic Cast for episode 68.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, 68 episodes, bro.
Yeah, you
I almost said straight. We had some things that we had to chill out on, but 68 episodes. And we got a couple things for this week's episode. Egg, how you been, my bro?
I've been good. How about you, my boy? How about you?
Chilling, can't complain. We got for this week, we got Ant-Man and Wasp. A new trailer dropped.
Yeah.
We got a quick minute clip of Black Panther, more footage of Ironheart, and more footage of the movie that's coming out next week. And then
next week? I thought it was the week after.
The week after, I'm completely, bro. I'm like,
my man's head is scrambled, man.
Yeah,
he's on weekend mode.
I'm on weekend mode. November 11th is when Black Panther drops, so make sure you get your tickets if you haven't already. And then we have Tales of the Jedi. That has been really good. That's been treating us really well. They dropped all 6 episodes back to back. This week, me and Egg are only talking about the first 3, and then next week we're gonna do the final 3. If you were we are skipping Andor as well this week, and then we're gonna bring that in with the Tales of the Jedi for next week. And then Egg
next week will be a big Star Wars episode.
Pretty much next week is big Star Wars episode. And then we also got Black Adam. Egg finally went and saw it, so we're gonna get his review and thoughts on that. But to get us started, let's watch this Ant-Man and Wasp trailer.
Yeah, officially Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Have you watched this already, Jay?
I watched it once.
All right, so did I. So let's see what we pick up on here.
All right,
our second watch.
Take a look.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're at ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man!
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this. It's like a satellite for deep space, but quanta.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm. Turn it off. Now!
Secret universe beneath ours. What are you so afraid of?
There's something I never told you.
This place, it isn't what you think. I can get you home and give you more time. If you help me, so what's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
Yo, that was insane.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that a lot more my second watch through than the first time. A couple things I picked up on. I wonder if Janet has some kind of relationship with Kang that she was so nervous about going back to the quantum realm.
I was actually gonna say the same thing. Like, if she already knew, like, he was in there, or like she's already experienced something in the quantum realm that she didn't want anyone else to know about.
Yeah, because it looks like she get in there, she puts the hood on, and it's almost like she's trying to hide, like she's avoiding somebody. I think it's kind of interesting too. It's kind of a little bit of a reverse. I don't know why I thought about this as I'm watching the trailer, but it looks like Ant-Man is embracing his fame. You know what I mean? Embracing all the celebrity that comes with him being an Avenger. You know what I mean? And it kind of reminds me of, he's like the opposite of Hawkeye. Remember in Hawkeye, in the MCU show, he kind of like didn't really like want to sit there and promote that side of himself.
Yeah.
Whereas Ant-Man is. So I thought that was like an interesting dynamic. Obviously, we got the little shot of Cassie with her suit. So that, again, that just goes in there into the whole Young Avengers thing that we've been talking about, basically for the entirety of Phase 4 that you and I have been talking about on the podcast.
For sure.
And Kang looks amazing, man. He looks imposing, and I like why they did that at the beginning, where they had, people confusing Ant-Man, with Spider-Man, and then at the end he called him Ant-Man. So it was almost like, yeah, like those people up there maybe don't respect you, but I do. You know what I mean? So it almost seems like a little manipulative thing that he was doing to
get him on his side, maybe.
To what?
To maybe get him on his side.
Yeah,
or something.
to Scott Lang. Yeah. So it's gonna. I'm really excited for the movie. I'm really excited for the movie. The one really good thing is that we really don't have a long wait. It's coming out the end of February, so it's only a few months around the corner. It's only a few months away.
Do you think there's gonna be something in Black Panther that connects with that movie?
No, but you just reminded me something. I know that I was after the trailer came out, I was looking at certain things online, and there were people that were saying that maybe Shang-Chi's rings are connected to Kang, because the symbols on it, you know what I mean, their design were very similar to some of the things that we saw in the trailer from the Quantum Realm, and some things that maybe Kang had. So maybe the origin of the rings came from Kang, which would be really interesting.
Yeah, because remember in they never really answered where the origins of the rings came from. At the end of Shang-Chi, they when he met with Mark Ruffalo and
Captain Marvel
and Wong.
And Wong, yeah, Wong.
So
the legend, the GOAT.
Yeah. So we really don't know what's behind those rings. So it would be pretty interesting to see that. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I think we're good. A little technical difficulties there. To see that being answered and seeing what more we can get from that. Yeah, I'm all excited for the movie and stuff.
Yeah, me too. The movie looks really interesting.
What do you give that trailer? 1 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7.5. I'll give it 7.5. I think it was a solid trailer. Yeah, I give it a 7. I think it was a solid trailer. It did stuff to build the hype for me. You know what I mean? For a movie that, to be honest with you, and you and I have had this conversation before, probably on this podcast too. I wasn't the biggest fan of the second Ant-Man. You know what I mean? And the first time I watched it, I thought it was really boring. I watched it again, and it shot up a couple of points with me, but I still didn't think it was fantastic. I think the first one was beautiful. The first one had everything. So I'm hoping that this one does a good job of kind of leading us into the next phase, and also maybe going back into a little bit of the Ant-Man roots that I was hoping to see in 2 that we got in 1 that we didn't see in 2.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where where is he in standing with Hank and everything. So is Hank gonna wear the suit at one point as well? Are they both gonna be wearing the suit both the Wasp wearing the Wasp outfit as well? What is it gonna be? His daughter gets a suit or something? What is it gonna be? What is this gonna entail?
Yeah, that's true. That is a good thing. That's one thing I was wondering kind of as well. Is Cassie going to turn small and get wings like her stepmom, or is she going to go big like her dad? So,
also, do you think someone's gonna die in this movie?
Yeah, I do. And if
I think it's Hank.
Hank?
I think Hank dies.
No, I think Janet's gonna go bye.
No, I think it's Hank.
I think Janet's gonna go bye.
All right, so
I think
you heard it. You heard it here first. Both me and Egg's predictions. If someone's gonna cease to exist, from this movie, we put our bids in. Let us know who's right.
Yeah, this is gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you right here first. Kang's gonna go up to Janet. He's gonna go, "Mama,
what?
Why you don't love me?"
What?
And there's gonna be a big fight. and then the big fight.
I think
A
Hank
giant
sacrifices.
robot's gonna come and kill Janet. A giant robot's gonna come down to fight, right? And Hank is about to get killed, but Janet jumps in the way and dies instead. And then
I think reverse.
And listen. This gets better. And then Hank is gonna take out a vial from his pocket, and it's gonna be Hulk blood, and he's gonna get into himself. And he's gonna show Kang what's up.
And then Daredevil's gonna come out.
And he's gonna come out of nowhere, and he's gonna wink at Hope.
Okay.
And
Well,
from there.
Those are Egg's predictions.
Oh, and She-Hulk is gonna come and
universe.
she's gonna break the 5th barrier again, or the 4th barrier, and go talk to Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, trash.
All right. So those are our predictions. I give it a 7 as well. Both me and Egg give it a 7 for the trailer. Now let's get into the 1 minute Black Panther little teaser before the movie releases. Let's take a look.
All my life, grinding all my life. Hustle paid the price. All my life, grinding all my life.
They came from the water. They had superhuman strength.
He's coming for the surface world.
That can't be good.
All my life, grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. One slice, roll the dice. All my life, grinding all my life.
Now is our time to strike.
Show them who we are.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters November 11th. Get tickets now.
Yo, I'm excited for this movie, man.
That movie looks legit. I gotta rewatch the first Black Panther
In preparation for the movie.
Movie again.
I haven't seen the first Black Panther in probably close
Recently?
to 3 years.
Recently?
No, probably close to 3 years.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while myself, so I really want to rewatch that before watching this. But we got 2 weeks until that drops. We got to see a little bit of more Ironheart and like her developing her suit. It actually looked really good. It looked like Tony Stark's prototype. Almost.
Yeah, it looked really clean. It
the
looked
first
really
Iron
clean.
Man.
I don't know why. I got some Gundam vibes for those of you who watch Gundam out there. I got some Sazabi vibes from the suit. So if you know, you know. But you know what I mean with the red and some of the way that her boosters look on her feet, on her legs look. So the suit looks really cool. I'm a fan of the suit already, and it looks like she's gonna be kind of like she's gonna have like a really like positive, like, you know, like a high energy character. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that kind of plays out. Yeah. And then the shots of Namor have been, from the get-go, have been to me some of the most impressive things that I've seen. You know, him flying through the air, his legs, his fighting style. Yeah. You know what I mean? I am super impressed with him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing the cinematography of the fighting, all that, because that it looks like they're like on a plane or a rocket, and she's just throwing guys left and right. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. That looked pretty cool, and obviously we can assume that's Shuri at this point. I thought the other shot that was pretty cool was a shot of the 2 different Black Panther helmets. You know what I mean? And somebody picking that up. It's you know, I'll say something that I don't know if we mentioned really quick on the podcast yet, but the soundtrack for the movie is going to be insane too.
Oh, 100%.
All the trailers, the music are
the first one was amazing as well.
Yeah, I listened to some of those songs to this day, so I'm excited to look for that. If you guys don't know, they had the world premiere for Black Panther this week, I think on Wednesday. So while you're out there on the internet, be careful. Don't make sure, I mean, unless you want to be spoiled, but watch out for spoilers. But from what we've been hearing, the movie is fantastic. It's as good as
I haven't got any spoilers. So, no spoilers.
Me either. I haven't got any spoilers.
And I'm hoping not to get in the next couple of weeks.
We're going to be avoiding a lot of things in my boy.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Black Panther. Looking forward to it.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. To continue this episode, we got Tales of the Jedi. if you guys didn't know, this is a little, I guess you can say, I wouldn't say continuation, but like a short story for the Clone Wars series, the TV series. If you guys haven't kept up with that, first episode we got for Tales of the Jedi was Ahsoka's story, seeing how she was raised and became a Jedi, with her seeing her family dynamic, her mom, dad. She looks like was part of a small village. And what did you think of that first episode, Egg?
Yeah, so just kind of finishing up. So there was a hunting trip, and she gets kidnapped by some giant saber-tooth tiger, and my interpretation is that she used the Force to get the tiger to bring her back to the village. So, and then they had a whole scene at the end where her mother asked the village elder, "What is she?" And the village elder goes, "Ahsoka's Jedi."
Yeah.
End episode. So that to me was, it was interesting. I think it was an interesting way to start the show. It was cool, kind of seeing a little bit more of her people's. Can't think of the name of the. I can't think of a name for their for the alien right now, of the species. But it was kind of cool seeing a little bit more of their customs and their culture. The one thing I learned is that Ahsoka's mom was a terrible shot, because she was up and close with the tiger and she shot twice and missed, right? And then the villagers aren't any better, because there was like 7 of them and they grazed the tiger, and the tiger was able to kidnap Ahsoka. But I thought it did a pretty cool thing of showing us how powerful Ahsoka was from the get-go. You know what I mean?
It kind of gave me like a little bit of Horizon vibes. The game
Horizon.
So that game focuses like on like that. I guess you can say that aspect, like a small village, hunters and stuff like that. So it gave me a little bit of that vibe. She was a young kid. She was strong with Ahsoka was strong with the Force. This one was just like a trained expert and stuff. But it was pretty cool to see like a little bit of her background and her story. I really hope they continue this series. I really like the Tales of the Jedi. First episode was good. I have no complaints with that.
What'd you give it?
For the first episode?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good starter episode. I'll give it like a 6. Like a 6.5. Like a good starter episode. Get our feet wet. See where they're going with it. See the storyline that comes.
Check the animation. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think 6 is appropriate.
Like, it's just a good starter episode. Episode 2, we got I can't really
Qui-Gon
and
Dooku.
Yeah, Count Dooku. That was a really cool
Jedi.
Huh?
Who was still a Jedi at this point.
Yeah. That was cool to see. That episode focused on more like Count Dooku and how the senator's kid got kidnapped from like a poor village, and they were just using him to get money, get food, like to be able to like take care of the village. The entire village did the kidnapping and stuff. The senator the Jedi went to find the son. He talked to the son and was like, the son was very disappointed in his father, for the way he was treating these villagers. So he didn't blame them for getting kidnapped, but the senator turned it out to be didn't care, wanted his son back, and was ready to like kill the villagers. Count Dooku stepped in and helped out, and we saw a little of like, I guess you can say, the dark side come over him, because he got really aggressive towards the senator, and like he pushed his Qui-Gon back, which was pretty cool, and like it was pretty interesting. Didn't he force choke
the senator?
Huh?
Didn't he force choke the senator?
Yeah, he force choked the senator and all that. So it was a crazy episode. Again, it's building up a lot, so which is pretty cool to see them like improving little by little. That episode again 7, 8 for me, and then
yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you too. I think it was interesting that it kind of shows a little bit of kind of like the
history,
like the number one, their history, which we haven't gotten a lot of on screen.
Yeah,
but also thought it was interesting. Well, one of the things that I find interesting is that we kind of saw a little bit of what makes Dooku. You know what I mean? When he was a younger Jedi, and one of the things that kind of reminded that kind of had me thinking about was Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan when he was younger was kind of rash like that, was kind of a little bit headstrong. I mean, he wasn't evil, he wasn't sitting there force choking people, but he was a little bit more impulsive, and I kind of get the vibes from Dooku. So it's kind of interesting that Qui-Gon dealt with somebody like that, like as an apprentice, and then in the future he kind of deals like that with somebody as a master, you know what I mean, training somebody who's kind of headstrong and impulsive. So it kind of goes to show you, like you know what I mean, that Qui-Gon knew what he was doing with Obi-Wan. And it's also interesting to think about that maybe when Dooku was trying to seduce Obi-Wan to the dark side, you know what I mean, in episode 2, that maybe Dooku sympathized or understood Obi-Wan, at least the younger Obi-Wan, more than we realized.
Yeah, I have to agree there. Like you really saw like their personalities, how they can connect. Then we got into a little bit of Count Dooku with Mace Windu, which was pretty cool. That episode was really good. They got they were
returning the body of a Jedi Master.
Thank you. Yeah, they were returning a body of a Jedi Master.
It's late, my boy. I don't blame you.
Yeah. But it was I always liked Mace Windu.
Me too, man.
Previous episodes and stuff. So seeing a little short clip of him, short story of him and his story and what he did was pretty cool. I would love to see more of him. Maybe we do, and with 4, 5, and 6, we get a little bit more of his story with it. But all in all, I think it was pretty cool series that they made.
Yeah, I think this episode touched a little bit more. I think at the end of the episode, Mace Windu, we saw how Mace Windu gets his seat on the council. We see more of the dark side of Dooku, you know what I mean? So I think one of the things that maybe that might be a theme the rest of the way is Dooku's descent to the dark side, which again we haven't really seen played out on TV. And I mean, I don't think it happened in Clone Wars, but I haven't watched Clone Wars, so I really can't give an opinion on that. So I think that I thought that's interesting. You know what I mean? Obviously, we see more of Dooku's dark side as well, or some of the things that kind of drive him. So all in all, the show is very interesting, and I think that it's doing something really cool for Star Wars that maybe we haven't had of in a while. The lores. You know? Yeah, absolutely, especially the lores. You know, so I'm curious to see, like Josiah said, what the next 3 episodes bring for us. We'll have that for you guys next week, and if you guys haven't watched it at all, the whole all 6 episodes of Tales of the Jedi, hopefully season 1 and not just a little short mini series, is on Disney Plus. Yeah.
So make sure you check it out. All right, now for the egg of the day.
Yeah, really quick before we get off, before we sign off today, I had a chance to watch Black Adam. And as you guys know, I think I mentioned it before, I wasn't extremely excited to watch the movie, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. You know, I thought the action was really cool. I was telling Jay, the JSA was so cool to me. The way their powers were portrayed. Dr. Fate was amazing, absolutely amazing. Hawkeye was super cool, easily one of my favorite characters in the whole movie. The whole thing with the villain was a little bit weak. I wasn't super impressed by it, you know, and I feel like it was almost kind of like they just needed something to drive the story. But it really would have been cool if we would have gone Black Adam versus the JSA the whole movie. So I don't want to spoil it too much because my boy Jay hasn't seen it, but
no, go for it. Talk about it.
I mean, just that, you know what I mean? Just that, you know,
don't worry about me.
Emotionally, it you know, like it hit certain parts, hit the right spots. There are other things that were kind of cheesy, you're kind of expecting. His whole story with his son, I thought was really interesting, and how his son was kind of like the original Black Adam in a sense. You know, he was chosen by the wizards. It shows all the wizards. It also shows something that that's mentioned in Shazam, but it shows all the wizards die as well. You know what I mean? And then obviously watching the end credit scene with Superman, Henry Cavill, watching it in big screen, it's crazy. You know, the videos online don't do it justice. It looked so good. And there were people, it was a really cool thing because there were people in my theater. You could hear them audibly gasping and cheering when he came on. So it was a really cool movie. I recommend it if you guys haven't watched it. And if I had to give it a quick rating, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. The DCU definitely is taking a step in the right direction with it. I'll say that.
What do you think they can expand off of this movie? Like, what are you hoping
they
to
should
see?
just give us a JSA story outright. I think that was easily, you know, it might have been better. I might have enjoyed their whole story more than I enjoyed Black Adam's story in the whole movie.
Wow.
Hawkman was super impressive. I mean, he was really cool. Dr. Faye was amazing. I think they called her Tornado. I can't remember the name of the female heroine in the movie. She was really cool too. The way they displayed her powers was pretty cool. And then Atom Smasher was. I mean, he's kind of a little bit more funny. You know what I mean? He's like maybe a little there more for comedic relief. But so out of the four, I would say he was probably the least that I cared for. But he was cool too. So it would be cool to kind of see them. Like I said, to get their own movie. Amanda Waller was dope. You know, if you guys watched, well, actually, I'm not even gonna bring that up. that's not. It's appropriate for kids. But Suicide Squad, you'll recognize some of the characters that came with Amanda Waller, but that's not okay for kids. So, so you know, so it was just cool to kind of see it tie into the whole DC universe as well. So,
gotcha,
like I said, 7.5 out of 10.
Do you think they're gonna make a Superman and Shazam team up against Black Adam movie?
I personally, you know, they keep promoting the whole Superman versus Black Adam fight, and that's not the first fight I want to see. I want to see. You and I talked about this. I want to see Shazam go up against him first.
Black Adam.
Yeah, go up against Black Adam. Yeah, I feel like that's like the appropriate way to go about things. You know what I mean? And then maybe, or you know, maybe have Superman come in at some point and fight him then. But I don't think that there's a way that you can dedicate a whole movie to Superman versus Black Adam without giving me Shazam first, or you know, some version of maybe the Justice League or the Justice Society and Superman versus Black Adam.
Or what about if they make a Justice League versus Injustice movie, where Black Adam is part of the Injustice?
That would be insane. That would be insane too.
That'd be pretty crazy if they did something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I hope that they don't wait another. I think he was announced as Dwayne Johnson was announced as Black Adam back in like 2015 or maybe even earlier than that. So I hope that they don't wait like 7 years, at least minimum 7 years, to give us a story again.
Gotcha. Well, we'll see what they did. Cancel a lot of their stuff, DC. So let's see what they expand off of that. I'm looking forward to the next DC movie that's supposed to be coming out. Hopefully they don't cancel it. Is Blue Beetle. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. You know what, man? I could say DC seems like they have a plan.
Yeah.
So more so than they've had in the last few years. So
they're looking better than what they were in the last few years. So
yeah. So I'm looking forward to their stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's confirmed Black Adam is in the Snyderverse. So that's good to know.
Yeah,
with Henry Cavill,
everything ties in. So, like you were talking about, you know, before Black Adam came out, you and I were having a conversation about them kind of putting things together, and it seems like they're doing that.
Yeah.
So
we shall see where it goes from there.
Guys, that's all we had for you guys today. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for another episode of the J&E Comic Cast. We'll be here next week, same channel, same place, same time. You guys stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your week. J&E, we're signing out. Yo, peace.
Catch you guys later.